Tens of thousands of people protested in Nepal's capital Monday after authorities decided to block most social media platforms including Facebook, X, and YouTube, saying that the companies had failed to register and submit to government oversight. According to Associated Press, protesters pushed through barbed wires in Kathmandu and forced riot police to retreat as they surrounded the parliament building. Police fired tear gas and water cannon but were outnumbered and sought safety in the parliament complex. The situation stayed tense and the government announced a curfew for Monday around Parliament, the government secretariat, presidential house, and key parts of the city. About 24 social network platforms widely used in Nepal were repeatedly given notices to register officially in the country, the government said. Those which failed to register have been blocked since last week. TikTok, Viber, and 3 other platforms have registered and operate without interruption. The move by the authorities came as the government sent a bill for a debate in Parliament that wants to ensure that social platforms are properly managed, responsible and accountable. It includes asking the companies to appoint a liaison office or point in the country. The bill has been widely criticized as a tool for censorship and punishing government opponents who voice their protests online. Rights groups have called it an attempt by the government to curb freedom of expression and violate fundamental rights.
Russian troops attacked in the Sumy and Kursk regions, including north of the city of Sumy in the area of Alexeyevka, Kondratovka and Andreyevka, as well as northeast of the city of Sumy in the area of Yunakovka. Analysts from the Institute for the Study of War have announced the situation in the Sumy region. Ukrainian military observer Konstantin Mashovets reported on a successful counterattack by Ukrainian troops in the area of Kondratovka, Alexeyevka and Sadki. He also reported that Russian troops advanced approximately 500 meters north of Varachino to the 0-191504 Varachino-Alexeyevka highway. A Russian military blogger allegedly linked to the northern group of forces claimed that Ukrainian drones are reducing Russia's superiority in manpower and equipment, and that Russia's tactics of using small groups to infiltrate and accumulate in the near rear of Ukrainian troops are ineffective in the Sumy direction, since Russian troops cannot bypass Ukrainian positions undetected. The Z blogger claimed that the Russian military command is sending Russian troops to storm Ukrainian positions through open fields on the southern outskirts of Alexeyevka. He also claimed that units of the Russian 1,427th Motorized Rifle Regiment are experiencing difficulties with the supply of ammunition and food in the Tetkino area of the Kursk region. Order of battle. Units of the 83rd Airborne Brigade of the Russian Armed Forces launched an unsuccessful attack in the Varachino area. Units of the 177th Marine Regiment and the 30th Motorized Rifle Regiment were unable to advance in the Kondratovka area. Drone operators of the 106th Airborne Division strike Ukrainian troops in the Morskoy area, and drone operators of the Anvar Special Forces Unit strike Ukrainian troops in the border area of the Chernihiv and Sumy regions. Recently, Colombian mercenaries clashed with Ukrainian troops in Sumy region after mistaking them for enemy forces, according to Russian security sources. The firefight erupted near the village of Sadki. The sources explained that a unit of Colombian fighters accidentally opened fire on servicemen from Ukraine's 80th Air Assault Brigade, who had been tasked with preparing defensive positions in a nearby forest. Ukrainian troops reportedly sustained losses. The incident comes against the backdrop of growing reliance on foreign mercenaries by the Ukrainian military. Earlier reports indicated that detachments of foreign fighters had been deployed along the entire line of contact in the Donetsk People's Republic as Kiev sought to reinforce its positions. Additional transfers of mercenary units to the Kharkiv front have also been reported to prevent potential encirclement. In late August, Colombia's foreign ministry acknowledged that a significant number of its citizens had traveled to Ukraine to take part in the fighting and to gain combat experience. Against this trend, President Gustavo Petro urged the country's Congress to fast-track the ratification of the 1989 UN Convention against the recruitment, use, financing, and training of mercenaries.